Big Sky Country, Montana. Now, already, I have seen that this place is very, very wild. As you can see, there's big old mountains behind me with snow-capped peaks, big rivers. There's lots of fish, so hopefully we'll get to do a lot of fishing and maybe even some fly fishing. But I'm gonna be making my way down to Wyoming, and in the long run, I'm gonna be making my way down to the Florida Keys. Montana is called the Big Sky Country is because it's very big, beautiful sky, very cool clouds all around. But another thing about clouds here is it rains a lot from my experience so far. You can see even behind me on those peaks back there, it's pouring down rain, so I gotta be real cautious. You can see this river is fairly swollen, so over there you can actually see where it's eating away at the walls and rocks have tumbled down, so just gotta be cautious. But Montana is also known as the Treasure State, and the reason for that is because there was lots of precious gems and metals found, like gold and sapphires and emeralds and rubies and all sorts of cool stuff. But Montana is also full of wildlife. And did you know that the deer population, antelope population, and the elk population all outrule the people population? So there's a lot more of those animals than there are people in the state. And the only other United States state that has more grizzly bears is Alaska. So, what do you say we get moving and start some adventuring? Okay, you guys, so as I make my way down to Wyoming, what's better way to see the area and travel pretty fast by rafting down the Yellowstone River? So this is gonna be wild, and here we go. So you guys, if you're really adventurous, this river actually ends up flowing, connecting to all these other rivers all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico, which is over where I live. If you're really adventurous, you can float it all the way down. From here all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico is approximately a 3-month trip, so you gotta be dedicated. I am currently rafting over a super volcano, and I'm not a real big geologist, but a person who does know a little more about the land and the geothermal activity is our guide Kyle. So I'm gonna hand it over to him and see what he can tell you guys.
Previously in your trip you had traveled over to Boise, Idaho, and if you were to sit in Boise, that is what's called like the Snake River Plains, and the Snake River Plains is kind of like a big, I don't know, it's the southern part of Idaho, and it's what is the remnants of previous volcanic activity that has taken place in the area. And basically the Snake River Plains is just a series of eruptions that have just blown out a big hole in the land, and eventually when Yellowstone goes off again, it will just continue that trend of just blowing out a big area, a big chunk of land. Yeah.
A cool thing I want to mention is over here to my right is just privately owned land, and if you look over here to my left is Yellowstone National Park territory. So that's real cool. Now, can you imagine having the ultimate summer job, just spending your entire summer out here in this beautiful wilderness here, and getting to go out every day, bringing people on tours, and just showing them the awesomeness of this area? Well, here's the reality.
We are a bunch of dirty raft guides. That is the bottom line. We're all, we live in tents here in town, so that means no running water, no electricity, no showers. So other than maybe, you know, the occasional scrub here in the river, but I think that's what a lot of us, that's an experience in itself that's been, I'm finding to be quite enjoyable. I don't want to live like this forever, but to kind of go with the bare necessities for summer is pretty awesome.
one cool little area up here. It almost looks like a strip of bacon. You can see the red soil and then the cream colored soil. And that's called Devil's Strip. And the red part of the little strip is actually oxidized iron that's in the soil. So it's iron that has been rusted away, giving it that red rusty color. And then there's different types of soil along the way, so you can see the different color change. But at one point in time, this area was underwater in a place called Missoula Lake. And with the tectonic plates moving around, it actually pushed it and uprose the land. So it's now facing up instead of down. So that's really cool, and it just shows the sheer power of Mother Nature. Hiking for a while, and I have made it to Wyoming, and just look at the beauty of this area. I mean, you've got this big old waterfall area right here. There's wildlife everywhere. I've seen a few female elk. So far, no big bull elk, but still got a lot of trail ahead of me. And look at just beautiful flowers, all sorts of amazing scenery. So this area, Montana and Wyoming, is just a beautiful place, especially for their nature. But I'm gonna keep moving and talk to you in a bit. Okay, you guys, so after looking for a very long time, I finally found a bear. He's pretty hard to see, but I think he's coming this way. Remember to always stay a safe distance from him. He's up by campsites. There he is. Jeez, he's lifting up rocks and looking for bugs. That is awesome. And yes, this black bear is brown, but bears come in all sorts of different colors. Black bears can come in black, brown, or even blonde, but that's fairly rare. A real cool sight. Never seen a bear in the wild before, so I'm like super freaking out right now. And even though he's so awesome, make sure to stay a safe distance from him. But yeah, real cool. And I did see a pronghorn, but he took off, so maybe we'll get lucky with another one. Okay, you guys, so I gotta make this quick. I just reeled in a fairly good sized lake trout, but I have been warned that there are two grizzlies very close in the area, so I've got to be careful. But I am going to give this guy to a fellow fisherman. So yeah, that's a lake trout. Real pretty fish and fun to reel in. So here we have two very beautiful flowers. And this one I've seen a ton. This one I've seen a little less than a ton. This one is called the arrowleaf balsam root. And it's got this very beautiful yellow flower here. And elk and deer like to feast on this plant. But the reason it's called an arrowleaf is because if you look here, the leaves are shaped like arrows. Real cool, every one of them. And then the next one we have here is called a silver lupine. Now, in my opinion, the silver lupine kind of looks like a blue bonnet, which is the state flower of Texas. Now, very beautiful, pretty purple, all sorts of cool things. But I'm pretty sure the snowstorm is about to come over me, so I'm going to keep moving. Oh, look, here's some ant pile. Wouldn't want to step in that. But yeah, I'm gonna keep moving. Okay, you guys, so I have been hiking around for a while, and at the elevation of 8,000, give or take a few feet, it can be pretty crazy with the weather. Now, as you can see, it's doing something that rarely happens in Texas, snowing. And it's snowing pretty good. But since the ground is fairly warm, as soon as the snow hits the ground, it's melting, so it's not really piling up too much, which is kind of disappointing, but it's still cool that it's snowing this much. Where there would be big mountains, it is now all whited out due to snowstorms. You can't really see it very much. But yep, snow is an advantage and disadvantage, but mainly a disadvantage when you're camping because it's not too fun to wake up to. It's cool right now because I'm nice and warm in my coat and my hat. But yeah, I'm gonna keep moving and hopefully the snow will lighten up. Hey you guys, so I've been walking around a little while and I came across this deer, if you can see him behind me, and I'm pretty sure he's a mule deer, and when mule deer run, they sort of do a little hop like a bunny rabbit. It's really funny. But this one is a male deer, a male mule deer, but really cool, just sitting here eating, and there he is. Look at him standing up for you. But yep, real cool little things you can see when you're walking around Wyoming. Welcome to my home. So this is the cool little area I'll be staying at for tonight, because the weather is going to be fairly brutal, such as snow and whatnot, and there are lots of bears in this area, especially grizzlies. So here's a little tour. First, we have this cool little fireplace here to cook stuff over and always be bear aware, as they say, when you're in this area out camping. So pick up all your trash and food and everything, make sure to clean up. Then over here we have a big brown metal box. So you reach in here and there's a handle. Pull it. Oh, there you guys are. So that's a bear box. And if you look behind me, we have a very nice picnic table. It's got all the notes to be careful about bears. And as you can see, there's a chimney right here. Now, why would there be a chimney? Well, let's go inside. I'll give you a nice tour of my home. Now, here's our bear-proof little tin thing that's supposed to protect me in the night. And I'll just push this open. It's a spring door. And it's pretty dark in here, but if you can see, here is a cast iron stove warmer thingy, so you just throw wood in there and it'll keep you warm. So as I was saying, there's tarp, and then there's wood, and there's wood. Now they got these nice comfy bunk bed thingies and shelves and all sorts of nice stuff. And over here we've got a very nice window, so you can look at bears from a safe distance, because there's no way they're breaking through this stuff. That's stronger than titanium. But yeah, so this is my cool little house area, and again there's the stove. It leads up, chimney goes out there and out the top. But this will be my crib for tonight, so I better get settled in. So right now I am sitting inside of my tent cabin, and I am sitting next to my cast iron stove thing, and it is keeping me surprisingly warm. It's only heating up to about a 2 or 3 foot radius right now, but it will get hotter as the cast iron warms up. But I am making wood chips for tomorrow night, so it'll light up a lot easier, because it sure took a lot of flint strikes to get this going. But it's a very nice shelter, except it would be very cold if I did not have this cast iron stove here. Cool little shelter, and I think I'm about to hit the hay on my little mattress area thing. So, good night, you guys. is the Teton Range. And if you look at it from a side view, you can see that this area is very, very flat, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, these giant mountains shoot up. Now, the reason for that is because there's something called the Teton Fault. Now, the fault is in between the valley and the mountains, and every time there's a little shift in the tectonic plates, the mountains will get higher and the valley will go lower. So it's a very fast growing mountain like range area process thing, and it's only 9 million years old when the Rockies are 70 million years old. And another cool thing is if you look right here behind me, there is a dammed up area, and it looks like a bunch of brush or something filled up, but that's actually a beaver dam. So the beavers spent a lot of time and hard work and energy to build that, to clog it up, and it's really cool. You can see the water level's way up high and this water level's way down low. So I'm gonna keep moving and see if I can't get a cooler view. Up to the top, just stop.
What I'll do is I'll show you. I see him right now. See him? He's right here.
Oh yeah.
There he is. Nice Mackinac. Take your fingers. See how I got my fingers?
Yep.
Careful of the teeth on his tongue. Okay, he's got teeth right here. Okay, and he's got teeth right there.
Okay.
So you want to go, there you go, perfect.
There. So here's the first fish of the day. This one is called a Mackinac, and he was caught at 32 feet down in the deep lake, but pretty good sized fish right here. You gotta be careful with this guy because he's got teeth on his lips right there, and then he's got two set of teeth on his tongue, one closer and one farther back.
Also a double row on the top.
Oh, and up on the top there's some teeth too. So this guy's, you're asking for trouble if you stick your fingers in this guy's mouth. He's gonna go back into the water. What these are called is downriggers. Now what they do quite a few different things, but the main thing is they bring the line farther down. You can put it to a depth of up to 400 feet, and it just helps so that when you turn your boat, the lines don't get tangled because it keeps it parallel with the boat when you're moving straight forward. And they also have this 200-pound test cable right here, and the really cool thing that it does is sort of scientific fishing, but it sends electricity down into the water where the lures are rigged up, and fish are actually attracted to the electricity, so it helps attract the fish even more. But it's just a cool little technique used. We are on Lake Jackson right now, and we are fishing at about 30 to 35 feet. But yeah, so hopefully we'll get another fish. I finally hit some warmer weather. I am still in northwestern Wyoming, and just this morning I was way over behind those peaks over there. So I have made it quite a ways today, but There's a road up here, and I'm pretty sure that's gonna be my ticket out of here. So let me tell you guys, this place has been amazing. Montana and Wyoming are one of the most animal-filled, wildlife, beautiful states I have ever camped in. It's been a very original experience. Got to do things I've never done before, like rafting, and I got to see animals I've never seen before, like, for example, bears. And it's very cool to camp in an area with bears. It's very different from camping in Texas, where there's little armadillos and squirrels and rattlesnakes and whatnot. Tons of amazing views, peaks, mountains, snow is something Texas doesn't have, so it's really cool to see snow. And beautiful rivers, great fishing. I've caught fish I've never caught before, like the lake trout. But you guys, started all the way up in Montana, made it all the way down here, but this is only the start of the big adventure, so I'm gonna have to start heading east in order to make it down to the Florida Keys. It's been an amazing adventure, so until next time you guys, stay wild!